Hello everybody, it's the Historical Gamer once again, and today we are returning to Unity of Command 2, the newest DLC which just came out for this turn-based World War II war game, is Berlin, and this is a DLC which is a 25 scenario long DLC for the Soviet drives from early 1944 all the way to the victory and the Battle of Berlin. Now, yesterday we did play the Leningrad scenario, the lifting of the Siege of Leningrad scenario, and now we are moving into the main effort, at least of this particular conference period, which covers, what, through January? April of 44? And that is the offensives to liberate Ukraine from the German grasp. It starts off with the battle at Korsun Pocket. I'm sure I'm butchering that pronunciation. I'm assuming that's the Korsun Pocket. And then you'll have Uman, Odessa, Prokhorov, Chernovtsi, Nikopol, Krivorog. I should not even. And then Crimea. Okay, I can say Crimea. I can pronounce that one. But yeah, that's where we're going to be playing. Now, probably won't get to all that today. We are going to start with Korsun. Looks like we've got the 5th Guards Tank Army and the 6th Tank Army as the headquarters in the units that we're going to be playing with. You can see it says January 24th, 1944. In October, November, and December of 1943, the 1st and 2nd Ukrainian fronts successfully crossed the Dnieper, preempting the construction of a truly powerful defensive line at the river, and liberating vast areas of the right bank in Ukraine, including Kiev. However, now there's still an enemy salient remaining between Cherkasy and Kiev, which separates the two fronts and remains a threat on their flanks. So let's go ahead and jump in. Our further advance in Ukraine requires connecting the 1st and 2nd Ukrainian fronts and offers a chance for us to cut off the tip of the German salient and encircle some enemy forces here. The 2nd Ukrainian front in the east takes the lead here and is to advance along the Selma-Shipola line. The 1st Ukrainian is engaged elsewhere and is to take a supporting role, advancing toward Zenevorgorka. Oh god. However, the enemy can ruin this plan and operational flexibility may be required here. So that's our Stavka dispatch. You can see here we have 4 objectors. Objectors? Wow, I can't even speak English right. We've got 4 objectives up here. Lyskianka? Zevenorga. The Z one, the S one, and Korsun. We are supposed to take these by turn 2, 3, and 6 to achieve a major victory, a gold star victory, but we do have 9 turns if we need it. We also are trying to clear the cauldron, which is what? Where is that? Where's the cauldron? If I click on that, nothing happens. Where's the cauldron? Oh, so current 0. Okay, so actually there is no objective. It is just to take 30 prisoner units. Got it. And we've got 0. So by the end, if we take 30 prisoner units, we'll get a bonus of special units or prestige here. We also need to take Selma by turn 2 as sort of a bonus objective. And yeah, did anybody ever play the Korsun Pocket? I think Matrix published an old war game that was a Korsun Pocket game, which I've heard good things about, but I never played myself. I'm sure it's very dated by now. Alright, Smila, so we need to take that by turn 2. We also need to take Skanda up here. So, this is a deployment phase. We didn't have that in the previous, or is it not? Why do I not get to deploy in any of these missions? So I can't even use my prestige here to get, like, better units or upgrade these units. I have to fight with what I start with, which is a little frustrating. I like to use my prestige to OP the boys, but I guess we can't do that here. I guess we just got to fight with... You go with what you got. Meanwhile, apparently I have no air support in this scenario either. There's nothing up here on the upper left. We will get the 1st Guards Tank Brigade, which will arrive here on turn 4. Back on this railroad here. The Germans will get considerable reserves. Next turn they get 2 Panzer divisions and an infantry division. A green infantry division. The Panzers are veterans. On turn 2, they will get the 13th Panzer Division and the 20th, and they will also get another green infantry division. On the third turn, they will get another panzer division and an SS panzer division. And then on the fourth turn, they will get a panzer grenadier division and a Fallschirmjäger division. So they will get considerable reinforcements. We need to take advantage of dealing with a weaker force now because they will get much stronger. And I'm assuming the scenario design is basically taking into account, hey, historically, by this point in the war, the Germans knew they couldn't, hold the entire front line with all their forces. So what they had to do is they had to create mobile reserves that would respond to offensives. And I'm assuming that these are the mobile reserves that are going to get pitched in here to try and stop our offensive. So we've got till turn 3 to take these objectives back here, and that's all going to be when they're getting reserves. There's a pretty strong line of troops to our front here on the Smila line. You can see these little triple bricks represent troops in forts. The line with the shovel here represents troops that are dug in. So a little bit weaker further north toward the bridge and the river, a little bit stronger in the south, but there's no water here protecting them. They also do have armored divisions in the second line here to provide additional fire support. Meanwhile, in the west here, they're weaker, but so are we. We don't have anywhere near as much strength up near Bela Tsarkov up here. So interesting to see. They got 3 units in trenches here in front of Sinka. Can we but some of these troops are kind of vulnerable. If we throw this 5th Mechanized Corps over here, we can already attack these guys at advantage. So that's nice, at least. Meanwhile, we've got the 2nd Ukrainian front over here. That's the headquarter unit for this main line over here. The 1st Ukrainian is up north here, and then the 5th Tank Army, which is sort of our carryover unit, headquarter back there, and then the 6th Tank Army over here. I don't see a lot of units actually assigned to our particular armies at the moment. So we could try and break through to the south. These guys were dug in pretty well too, though. So maybe we use this railway here to keep our troops in supply. That's always a good thing. This game is built around supply. Maybe we can unhinge their line by attacking through here. So I think what we need to do first, let's go ahead and... Can we do a set piece attack? No, not with you. I wanted to move... Why can't these guys do a set-piece attack? Their headquarters doesn't have it unlocked? Damn. Alright, first things first. We're going to spend one of our cards here. Our free IL-2 Tactical Bomber card. And that was dumb. I was like, I should have attacked with a set piece first to break their fortifications here. Alright, so we did inflict 1 suppression and breach, but now these guys can't move. (0-2) breach and drove him back. Man, this division sucks. (0-3) breach. I wonder if that set piece attack was a mistake. Maybe I should have just gone with the armor right away if we're trying to get to Lysinka by turn 2. Try and swing these guys around here. They're not in a great position to exploit that. Let's hold off on using more command points over there. Smila by turn 2 is the objective. These guys are all in forts. Let's see where we can... Breach, overrun, nice. Nice, they wiped out that armored formation just right off the bat. I think I've used all my command points up. Try 0 to 2. Alright, nice. The engineers didn't get driven back. Zero to 2. Hey, we got mounted troops. Here we go, boys. Okay. I don't love the idea of bringing these guys under attack from multiple directions. Maybe the enemy will focus on our attempt to break through in the south. Can I move these guys and... Okay. Alright, well, I guess we'll see. That didn't... I mean, I had some success in the south, but it didn't quite go as well as I had hoped. I guess... I don't love doing that. Nice. Okay, so I didn't love moving them into a salient, but I was actually able to drive the Germans back there and take the secondary objective. How's the supply situation look like? Good, good, good. Okay, well, we will get nothing. The Germans will get three divisions next turn to help firm their positions up. I'm assuming they'll deploy back here near the rear, so they won't be in action quite yet, but we'll see how this plays out. Let's see what they got. Are they going to launch counterattacks, or are they going to... Oh, well, yeah, they're going to attack that lead division there, drive them back, and inflict heavy losses. So the division south of Smila, or whatever it is. They also filled the gap in front of the Shanka. Again, whatever it was that we... And they're digging in... Fuck. I feel like you really needed to make a drive for that objective on the north there opening up. And we probably doomed ourselves to not have a all objectives taken, you know, early scenario. Which one is the town? Is it this one? Yeah, but that doesn't tell me where the hex is. (03) overrun. 02 cornered. They not retreat still? I'm gonna assume it's this hex on the railway. But I guess it could be to the south. Come on, IL-2s, do something. Okay. Well, got that division wiped out. I was trying to just throw a Hail Mary to get the objective. But now we probably won't even get Zenogorska or Shapola on time either, so this seems like an unlikely scenario to end in a decisive victory. (03) overrun. The armor on this railroad doing good work. Take the free option. Alright, so that armor did its job. Broke through. Destroyed several German divisions in the process. They didn't get a breach? Really? Take a 1-to-1 there. I think it's worthwhile. All right. Should be a I think this will end up still being a battle we can win. Especially with the casualties we're inflicting on the Germans. We've only taken one prisoner, though. This is a game that... This is a scenario where they really want you to take those POWs. It's the Korsun Pocket, of course. Alright, is that everybody? I think so. Alright, well, trucks available? That's right, I forgot about that. Alright, so we have... Give them supply. Alright. Expand our depots. Get our boys moving. Maybe I'll just use the IL-2s on the tanks. That feels historically accurate, but usually TAC air is just TAC air in this game, so... Whoa! They got a lot of armor there in the south. All their reserves apparently showed up down there. Oh, so the objective was south. These guys are in my rear, which is not ideal. Hopefully they don't try and advance there. Two. I was hoping for an overrun there, but apparently not. Take out the northern flank of their armored attack. I'm driving on no particular objective down here other than we're potentially, you know, flanking them, I guess. Cutting them off maybe from some supply? Not yet. Not really. Alright, we got a breach, and we drove them back. Nice. Alright, we took their depot. We took another objective down here. I think on time, too. I think it wanted me to take that by the 3rd. I'm killing a lot of units. I'm not getting as many POWs as I would like. Alright, that actually wasn't too bad. We took some damage, but it wasn't onerous. More prisoners of war, we shall take them all. We're creating a pocket near Korsun, which is historically accurate. What does the ratio that shows up when you hover over an enemy mean? It's the estimated result on the attack. So if it's like 1-to-1, it's estimated you each lose 1 casualty. Those estimates are, so like right here it says 3-0. That means me, the attacker, the Soviets, will lose 3. The Germans will lose 1. Those numbers also reflect KIA. So if you look at these little circles that every unit has, if it's filled in, that is a combat effective unit. So like this unit here has a strength of, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these little circles. That's the core of the unit. It also has some supporting units, some specialists. So it's got a Su-76, which is a self-propelled anti-tank unit. It also has an engineer component attached to it. That's the E, or the sappers. And so when you hover over a unit, it means you'll take 3 KIA. It could be those little circular steps for the core unit. It could be your specialist units. It's, you know, that either or. When you do attack sometimes and you lose suppression or whatnot, if your units are suppressed or they can't, you know, they're no longer combat effective, it'll be a circle that is hollowed out. And actually, as you destroy units, you'll create, or, you know, damage units and drive them back, you'll create stragglers. So you see this little blue man here with 3 little circles. This represents basically this unit is combat ineffective and destroyed effectively, but they're still, like, you know, stragglers or pockets of men, you know, retreating in disorder or whatnot that you could round up as prisoners if you move units into them. So a hex that has like these things in them actually does exert some zone of control, which can cost more points for your units to move through. So all things to consider here. I'm a little worried about this shoulder down here on the lower flank. I'm gonna move my headquarters. Just I'd rather move it than them, you know. You can also, I think, send those steps back to the front, deploy steps. I don't usually do that a whole lot. But stragglers can make their way back to be redeployed. Alright. I think we end the turn. Let's see what the Germans do. Yeah, it's one of those games that is very approachable to play. Like, right? It doesn't feel, anyway, to me, like it is... Oh, they retook the objective. It doesn't feel like it's onerous to learn to play. Like, it feels like it plays kind of like more of the Beer and Pretzels games, but there's actually a lot more depth to a game like this than you would think on the surface, I think. Well, they're reinforcing those guys with quite a few more units, and they've encircled one of my armored divisions. I really don't want to lose the 20th Tank Corps. This is a really crack unit. Of course, because they're good and they were just encircled, they're out of supply for 1 turn, which has a very minimal effect on their combat effectiveness. At 2 turns, it's a major effect. At 3 turns, the unit basically is completely combat ineffective. Okay, so they retook Shipola. They also shifted almost all their armor north. Alright, so I've linked back up with these guys. Take those supplies. The little fuel cans represent supply depots. And you can see if you've got like a line here with a red dot, that represents the red piece represents the likelihood that a unit may not draw a supply that turn. The clear represents the likelihood that they will draw supply. And then if they're like this diamond with like a square and a red circle in the middle, they will not draw supply. They are out of supply, or will be out of supply. So that's the German setup. Here's our setup. Our troops should all more or less be in supply. Troops on railheads that are connected to your rear are also always in supply. Also, I think I get that new tank division this turn, right? So it deploys up here. And those are always, by the way, those casualties are always estimates, right? Like you can lose troops you don't think you're going to lose, and like in all these kind of games. Alright, we'll see what they do with this armor. I've beaten them up pretty bad. I don't think they'll be quite so gung-ho to attack with all the suppression they've suffered. Okay. 0-2, nice. Zero 3 overrun, very nice. 0-2, very nice. Move the armor back here. Retake that town we need to take. Dig these troops in on the rail line. Hopefully, I don't think the enemy will attack them because that would pull them out of their entrenchments, but always a risk. Let's actually not do that. We'll move one hex back. That'll mess with their zones of control, but won't actually invite an attack, I don't think. Supply situation. These guys should all be in supply. Okay. The Germans, meanwhile, we're creating a pocket near Korsun. We're up to 8 POWs. We need to take 30 for that secondary objective. Alright, can we give these guys supply? We can. Let's see. Hey, Light the Lamp, how you doing? See what the Germans do if they initiate a major counterattack. They did attack this surrounded division, which is a very good one, and I just lost that. Fuck. Now keep in mind, these are units that carry over. Now if you have a unit that's destroyed like we just did, they will reform the next time this headquarter fights, but they will reform basically as a green division rather than a unit that has gained the experience they've gained. So losing troops in battle is never a great thing because it does influence your effectiveness in future battles, even if you will get, those units reformed to some extent. Okay. So, interesting to see the AI take a defensive position here near Novokorgansk, behind this river here. That looks smart to me anyway. Zero 3, give me an overrun. 0-3, give me another overrun. Hell yeah, brothers. I love the overruns. How many can you get? You got no more movement points, but you just, like, obliterated this whole counteroffensive down there all by your lonesome. Nice. Alright. So we're gonna win this battle, but we won't do the all objectives, you know, taken early, and you'll get the gold star, if you will. Oh. I'd hoped for an overrun there. Didn't get it. Alright. We still have the one air unit. I'll wait to attack these guys till next turn because they'll be out of supply for multiple turns at that point. All these guys, you know, over here, you can see these 4 units are out of supply. 3 of them will be completely ineffective next turn. Actually drive south through here. Now they should all be cut off north of the river. That's 5 units now. Move the headquarters unit forward a bit. That armored unit south of the river won't be in supply here, but where's a good place to move them to? I don't even know. Do they have better range from a city? I would think they would, but maybe the game doesn't care about that stuff. These guys are all... well, not all, but many of them are still fine. Alright, end turn, I guess. Comrade Stalin wants victory on the battlefield, and he's getting it. Ooh, they suppressed my armor there. Does that mean that's part of a bigger counterattack near Shapola? Another suppression? They moved in and they retook that city from me, which kind of is... I should have had defenders there. Also drove back that armor, surrounded another armored piece. This little gap southwest of Lyshanka has been a real problem for us. They keep moving armor in there and it kind of hurting our troops in that vicinity. Not too worried about Chipola. We should be able to pretty quickly counterattack that right now. Let's get the overrun, so we destroyed the German armor that was attacking there. Zero 2 overrun. 0-1 overrun. Oh, there's mechanized troops there. Gotta be careful with that. Alright, we took that objective. These guys are out of supply. We can resupply them. Alright, you can see these guys have no steps left. They can still fight a little bit. Wow, 0-5 breach and overrun. Hell yeah, brothers. We are destroying the pocket. Alright, so we're up to 27 POWs. That's a 0-4. That's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And actually, we'll just win this battle here. This pocket down here doesn't even matter. Alright, the Korsun Pocket is reduced. And we've taken the requisite 30 POWs. Take that, Hitler. I still guess we might as well attack to see if we get any experience. Damn, I lost a specialist unit there. I didn't think I would. It didn't predict I would anyway. Well, the Germans are pretty much toast. We've won. With 6 turns to spare. 2 of the objectives we failed to hit by the gold star date, if you will. Now you can choose, I believe, to continue fighting this scenario through to the end, which I think will give you more experience. So like if we continue fighting this one right here, I mean we could take casualties, but we could also continue to destroy the enemy. Take more prisoners, get more points, all that kind of jazz. Nice. Alright, destroyed and overrun. Alright, I'm assuming... Actually, these guys might still be in supply because they're on a railway that links to the end of the battlefield. Move the headquarters forwards, and let's finish off what's left on the map. We're going for a total stack wipe here, gentlemen. There can be only one outcome. That might be a little challenging with the supply situation, though. A lot of guys are going to be out of supply. It'll just be for the first turn for most of these. Next turn. In fact, I don't think anyone except for this guy... There won't even be really anyone left to resist him, except for the 82nd Division up here for the Germans. Might be the 82nd Division and the 10th Panzer Grenadier Divisions are the only ones left. I'm not going to do any attacks, though, that it tells me, like, you're going to be fighting this at a disadvantage. Are those guys going to be in supply next turn? They should be. Well, there's a chance they will be. Alright, so the Germans understandably don't do anything. We're going to continue fighting this thing through. Move the armor in behind him. We get a 0-2 breach. Got him. Probably should pull that armor back before it becomes completely combat ineffective. Okay. Some of my units are going to be fully suppressed next turn, but I don't think it'll matter because they won't be dead. Like, they won't be scattered yet. Okay. Got him. I think that's the last thing on the map. I think we totally conquered the whole map. Good job, gentlemen. You did great. Well, there's nothing left to fight, so we'll end that. Victory! Scenario completed. No help now or ever. The concerted strikes by the 1st and 2nd Ukrainian forces to sever the German salient, separating them, put a definitive end not only to their efforts to crossing the Dnieper that began in September 1943, but also to the belief of the German soldier that an encirclement did not equate defeat, and that supplies and relief were certain to come. 46 enemy units KIA, 64 POWs, 41% or 41 units on our end lost, 6 tank I don't know, steps, 29 infantry, 12 support. That's a pretty decent victory. We didn't win, you know, the gold medal, if you will, but we did win, so there's that. And that leads us directly to Nikopol Krivoy Rog, which is the only choice that I have next. It doesn't look like I use any of my headquarter units over here for whatever reason. So it's not, these are all non-core units, which I guess just gives me more time and prestige to build up my boys. But with that being said, we've been going for almost an hour, so we're going to wrap that up here. Please leave your thoughts below if you'd like to see more. And until next time, this is the Historical Gamer saying thank you for watching, and I'm out.